Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We will also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 103 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within that yearly time frame. This is only my second year ever running. My first year I was able to accomplish 1,000 miles within that time frame, and I was able to run about 180 days. So this will be a 100% step up in the amount of days I will be running this year, as well as a 25% step up in the amount of miles I'm trying to achieve. Like I said, we are on day 103 in a row. Feeling pretty good. Today I wanted to continue pumping out. I've been trying to pump out 5Ks here in the month of April. So far, I've only done one run out of these 13 in the month of April that has been less than a 5K. Everything else has been a 5K or more. I did get a couple 10Ks and a half marathon in already. So we're on a good pace here so far. So today I went out there. It was a really nice day. I was feeling pretty sore. My hamstring was pretty tight and just felt a little beat up, so I decided I was going to maybe do a 1.5, but I got to that point and realized, screw it, just what's an extra 15 minutes, just get out there, just push it out. So I pumped out 3.5 for the day, just did the normal run that I normally do around the neighborhood to pump that mileage out. And let's talk about some monthly mileage, or weekly mileage actually. So knowing that my goal for the year is going to be 1,250, I realized that my monthly mileage would have to be just over 100, and that my weekly mileage would have to be at least 25 miles. That said, my goal, though, is really 33 miles, but the bare minimum I'm trying to get every single week is at least 25. Right now, currently sitting at 7.2 after these past 2 days of running. Because today is a Tuesday, so we're only second day into this week. But like I said about the month of having to accomplish 100 miles a month in order to hit my yearly goal, I decided that every month I would do a 100-mile challenge, and I would do it in honor of different charities for every single month and try to raise money and awareness for these charities. January, we were able to accomplish the 100-mile challenge, and we were able to raise money for the American Cancer Society. In February, we were able to accomplish the challenge, and we were able to raise money for the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. And in March, we were able to accomplish the challenge, as well as raise money for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Now we're sitting here in April. We're about 13 days in, almost halfway through the month of April, and we are currently raising money for autism awareness. And the fundraiser we are raising money for is Autism Speaks. April is the month of autism awareness, is what I really meant to say, not raising money for it, but April is the month of autism awareness. That's why we're raising money for Autism Speaks. If you would like to donate to this month's fundraiser, you can find the link on the Defining Discipline Instagram and Facebook stories, as well as my personal page's Instagram and Facebook story. There's a link within the story. It'll say, 100-mile April challenge, Autism Speaks. Up at the top, it'll say open donate page. You click on that and it'll open you right into the donate page where you can donate however much money you would like to donate. Now, that being said, I know times are tough, so not everyone can afford to donate a lot of money right now. Some people might avoid donating any money because they may feel bad that the amount they can donate is not enough. Don't think like that. If you guys can donate something and you want to help out, please help out. Everything goes a long way. Even $5 helps out a lot. So if you guys can donate whatever you can, $1, anything. It'll help out. But like I said, I know times are tough, so if you can't donate, don't feel bad, and you still want to help out, the best thing you do is you can share this fundraiser so other people can see it, and other people that I'm not friends with that you may be friends with on your Facebook page or your Instagram page can see it. Hopefully they'll click on it. Hopefully they'll donate. Hopefully they can share. So let's just keep this thing sharing and keep just raising awareness for autism here in the month of April, and let's try to raise some money for them as well. Now, that being said, my miles for the month of April, after today, I'm sitting pretty good at 60.8 miles. So we're ahead of schedule on the miles for April, and just churning them out, still feeling good. So we got 3.5 for the day, 7.2 for the week, and 60.8 for the month. Guys, for the year, I'm sitting at 425.6 miles. So, we're not too far. We're only, 175, 190, almost 200 miles, maybe tops, away from the halfway point of the miles I'm trying to accomplish this year. So, feeling really good, looking pretty good so far. I am, though, training. I did not discuss it yet, but I am training for my first ever 50K coming up here in June. That is in Yankee Springs, Michigan. Really looking forward to that. It's a trail race with lots of elevation, which I'm not really used to, so I really got to try to push myself this next couple months to get that training in, get some little bit of elevation work in. I'm also running my first officially timed marathon that will be in October for the Detroit Free Press Marathon, and really looking forward to that race as well. Other than that, though, guys, let's kind of get started in today's episode. Today is episode 103. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Now, what I want to talk about and what today's theme is going to be is pragmatic. Most of my life, I have not been very pragmatic. Especially when tensions are running and my nerves are high and emotions are high. I don't really think practical, and I never really acted practical, and that was something that I've always recognized. I always let my emotions and stuff get the best of me, and something I've been really trying to do these past 2 years, especially once I kind of really try to transition and change my lifestyle and change my life in general, and do the experiment of really attempting to become a better person and challenge myself. One of the things I really wanted to work on is becoming more pragmatic, being able to deal with things in a more practical way, basically. I have a bad temper, and I can definitely make things worse before I can make them better. And I have done that in the past. So that's something that I've really, really tried to focus on. When certain situations arise, especially, we've talked about it here in episode 99, problems, when problems or anything arise, the main thing I've been trying to do these past 2 years is, instead of just instantly reacting, try to be more pragmatic by actually letting it kind of settle and really analyzing it and thinking about it before I just make a gut reaction, or before I just let the emotions take over. And this is something that I've worked out, been trying to do, not only with my wife, but, with my family and my friends. And, I've been trying to just become a better person, a more practical person, someone who's more sensible and can be more realistic when things like this kind of, pop up and occur. So, and like I said, the way I've really been doing it is trying to just let everything settle before I react. And another thing I kind of do is, when something really upsets me, is I try to really sit there and think about why it's upsetting me, and how, not necessarily how it is upsetting me, but how it even came to be, and, kind of think about the other perspective of it. A lot of the things that upset me may be other people's actions, or something that happened, and the best thing for me to kind of do is, like I said, just going off a quick reaction off of it, the best thing to do is kind of sit back, analyze it. If it's something that someone else did, maybe try to put myself in their shoes before just thinking, oh, this person did me wrong, or whatever the case may be. The whole thing is, I'm trying to become more pragmatic, become more level-headed, just be the best version of myself, and to be as practical and, like I said, as sensible as I can, because life's only going to get harder, and it's only going to throw you more curveballs, and I'm only going to be in more and more and more and more situations where it's going to deem me to be pragmatic. And all I can do in that situation is be more pragmatic or be the same old self. And I think the main step of becoming more pragmatic or becoming better in anything that you're trying to do is to first acknowledge it. First acknowledge yourself, acknowledge what you're doing and what you were doing wrong. So, again, it is a key thing to be as sensible and as practical as possible, especially in these times when everything is so rushed and so urgent and people really don't think things through. And you can kind of see that with the way things end up going in those situations. So for your daily discipline today, guys, I want you guys to be as pragmatic as possible. I want you to be as practical as possible. When certain things arise and certain problems arise and certain things happen, before you're going straight off of a gut instinct or whatever it is you may be feeling, try to be as practical as possible. Even if it makes you super uncomfortable, try to put yourself in that position to understand maybe why that is happening before you just do a gut react. And that's not to say that also that your gut reactions may not be meaningful. Like it might be the right thing to do at that point in time. But again, the attack of the plan is to be pragmatic about it, to stop and think about it before you just do a gut reaction, to really try to be practical and try to calm the situation before you throw gas on it. So that is going to be your daily discipline for the day. It is to be as pragmatic as possible. Figure out what things you're not being very practical in, you're not being very reasonable or sensible, and really try to open that door to be more open and more pragmatic for yourself and for the people around you and for the whole entire world. One big thing that I keep touching on, I want to keep touching on, is the compound interest of anything that you do. No matter what it is, if you continue to do it, it's only going to build up. If it's something bad and you just keep putting that badness in your life and those bad habits, it's just going to continue to get worse. So the main thing is to practice compound interest on the positive things in your life. Be more pragmatic. Build on that every single day. Practice it. That's what I'm trying to do until all this stuff becomes second nature and I can become the best version of myself. That's what I want for you guys as well. I want you to try to be as disciplined as possible. So if you can, for your daily discipline, again, it is to be pragmatic. I want to thank you guys so much for listening. This is 103 episodes. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. If you guys can, please give it a like, a subscribe, a share, and a follow on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you guys listen on. I'm thinking about trying to start a TikTok, doing some daily videos. It's a big think about because I'm not a big fan of it, but we'll see where we're going. Gonna have some guests on here soon. Got the list building up. We got some work coming up. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much for listening. 103 episodes in the book. I'm your host, Scott. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for episode 104. Make sure you guys stay disciplined. Peace out.